Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, December 13th, at 3:26 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 555 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. The ultra-violent cult that became a global mafia. Europe's multinational parliament. I got stopped by a NY cop. It's always a good day when you can bag a sand NR. Officials, military leader killed in fighting for Yemen City. 10 years since the death of Kim Jong-il. The AP interview, Taliban seek ties with U.S., other expos. After UAE law change, out-of-wedlock baby still in shadows. China marks 84th anniversary of Nanking massacre in World War II. Navy to hold hearing for sailor accused of igniting warship. California may cut rooftop solar incentives as market booms. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. History made, millions saved, 1 year later, surreal moments of COVID-19 vaccine day, Bew live on, USA Today. Israeli Prime Minister meets UAE Crown Prince of Palace in Abu Dhabi, CNN. Phenomenal Omicron spread accounts for 40% of London infections, Reuters UK. El Rey Vicente Fernández, mariachi icon and Mexico's national treasure, has died, NBC News. Rain, snowfall as California braces for brunt of storm, Associated Press. 2-dose vaccines induce lower antibodies against Omicron, steady finds, Yahoo News. Peloton has a response for the Sex and the City reboot shocker, CNN. White House official allegedly said National Guard troops would protect Trump supporters January 6, NBC News. Succession finale shocker, Tom Wompkins gets the last laugh, The Daily Beast. China sends time postpones $767 ML and Hong Kong IPO after U.S. ban, Reuters. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. GOP senator says he was elected fair and square in 2020 but won't admit Biden was. Fauci says those who want to be optimally protected should get COVID-19 booster. Kentucky tow auto toll in dozens, less than feared at candle factory. New Zealand man vaccinated up to 10 times in the same day. New song calls for assault weapons ban modeled after Texas abortion law. Peloton pokes fun at and just like that incident with Cheeky Ed. FEMA chief, magnitude of recent tornadoes new normal due to climate crisis. Boris Johnson, UK faces tidal wave of Omicron cases. Revered Mexican singer Vicente Fernández dies at 81. Fox News anchor Chris Wallace to leave network for CNN after 18 years. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Coach charged with sexually abusing young child. Pair fighting with McDonald's employees arrested. Homicide detectives investigating 2-year-old death. Police, 20 pistols stolen from gun store. Community searches for bone marrow donor. Trap loon captures worldwide attention. Man poisoned wife's cereal with heroin, sentenced. Fraternity member distributed photo of assault. Surveillance footage shows drive-by shooting. Driver was headed back to a warehouse when disaster struck. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Business updates, China sends time delays Hong Kong IPO amid sanctions. Countering a tidal wave of Omicron, Britain speeds up booster rollout. It may not feel like it right now, but there is a world of good we can do. Why Times Opinion is sounding the climate change alarm. Buy an Earth suit, shoot sulfur into the atmosphere, and other contingency plans for a warming Earth. Donating to environmental nonprofits in the South. Hong Kong court sentences Jimmy Lai to prison over Tiananmen vigil. India cities ban eggs, drawing a backlash. South Korea has long wanted nuclear subs. A new reactor could open a door. Across the world, COVID anxiety and depression take hold. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Fauci, Americans may Antapus, just have to deal with Antapus, more COVID-19 booster shots. Mom and Apis, S and Apis, Red Plate and Apis, hack is the heartfelt dinner time tradition to adopt tonight. China WTO experiment failed, pro-American capitalism is the way forward. Woman loses 150 pounds after regaining 188 pounds she lost 10 years ago. Arizona sergeant warns plan to fire unvaccinated corrections officers could result in another Waukesha attack. Political cartoon of the day, ready for their close-up. Will huge spending bill back Biden? Not a chance. Shots fired near Hollywood Walk of Fame during tribute to Vicente Fernandez. Kentucky candle factory owner talks FEMA rescue mission after tornado leaves at least 8 workers dead. U.S. Coast Guard suspends search for woman who went overboard on cruise ship. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, December 13th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. I'm a Celebrity 2021 final, Danny Miller is crowned the first king of the castle. Ross Clark, police cameras that recognize your face are a sinister step to an Orwellian future. Tsunami of waste hits record 1.1 million cases in a year. NHS will need to jab a record 1.1 million people every day. Is this the secret to helping your marriage survive the menopause? Was Lewis Hamilton robbed of victory in Abu Dhabi? Max Verstappen snatches F1 title on last lap. Australia borders, Greg Hunt confirms country will open to international students, skilled workers. Jailed for life but free to kill again, 129 criminals become double-lifers in 10 years. Speedboat killer's victim could have been thrown into water before crash. Boris Johnson ramps up COVID booster rollout to tackle Omicron. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Foreign travelers to Brazil must be vaccinated, High Court rules in challenge to unvaccinated Bolsonaro. Naftali Bennett visits United Arab Emirates in first for Israeli Prime Minister. New Caledonia votes to stay in France, separatists boycott. Vicente Fernandez, king of Mexican ranchera music, dies at 81. Austria ends lockdown restrictions for vaccinated people. Super Mustache, Venezuela's newest superhero battles Americans, and looks very familiar. Israel's Bennett makes first official visit to UAE. As violence in Haiti spikes, aid groups struggle to help. 2 Palestinians killed during funeral in Lebanon refugee camp. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Karim Benzema and Asensio fire Real Madrid to derby glory over Atletico. COVID Live News, Boris Johnson unveils ambitious booster plan, South African president tests positive. Kentucky tornadoes, death toll from record twisters expected to exceed 100. Baltimore Ravens lose Lamar Jackson to injury as Browns hold on for victory. Verstappen crowned world champion but Mercedes to appeal against result. Biden calls on EPA to investigate role of climate crisis in deadly tornadoes. Fauci urges Americans to get COVID booster as U.S. nears 800,000 deaths. Max Verstappen beats Lewis Hamilton to F1 world title on last lap in Abu Dhabi. Conor Gallagher double fires Crystal Palace to rousing win over Everton. Chris Wallace announces he is leaving Fox News to join CNN streaming service. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Search for tornado survivors continues after devastating storms. Major multi-day storm headed toward Northern California. Thousands protest in Prague against COVID vaccine mandate. Heavy snowfall wreaks havoc in Serbia and much of Balkans. Crews search rebel after 6 die at Illinois Amazon facility. Inflation is painfully high, but some relief may be coming. South African president tests positive for COVID, mildly ill. Live, ABC News Live. Officials halt search for woman who went overboard on cruise. Boris Johnson, UK faces tidal wave of Omicron cases. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Vladimir Putin, I moonlighted as a taxi driver in the 1990s. Indian police foil man's attempt to fake death. Kentucky tornadoes, 100-year-old church destroyed in seconds. Kentucky tornadoes, desperate search for survivors as death toll rises. Ethiopia war, World Heritage Site Lalibela back in rebel hands. Alibaba fires employee who accused boss of rape. Russia-Ukraine, massive consequences if Moscow invades, G7 says. Obituary, Vicente Fernández, Mexico's king of ranchera. Ricaya Madalgao, opposition leader jailing damages Benin democracy, lawyer. Anne Rice, author of Interview with the Vampire, dies aged 80. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Rescuers search for survivors as death toll climbs after tornadoes ripped through 5 states. U.S. senders flies to Kentucky to provide food for those affected by tornadoes. Tornadoes, severe storms ravage multiple states causing death and destruction. Victims identified after 6 die in Amazon warehouse blasted by tornado in Illinois. The day in pictures. Cities sue ghost gun parts manufacturers as homemade firearms are tied to more crimes. Illinois governor on collapsed Amazon facility. Biden reacts to devastating Midwest tornadoes. Kentucky governor estimates at least 70 dead after tornadoes, storms hit multiple states overnight. Bob Dole honored in Kansas hometown service. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Winter storm slams Northern California before heading south. Column, Vicente Fernández's journey was our parents' journey, long may they live. Proposed state law seeks to ban freeway expansions in underserved communities. Does Pasadena's Rose Parade disenfranchise voters? In response to Texas abortion ban, Newsom calls for similar restrictions on assault weapons. Beverly Hills firefighters sue over vaccine mandate they call experimental gene modification. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, December 13th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Mercedes protests rejected by Formula One stewards as title goes to Max Verstappen. South African president has COVID-19, symptoms mild. Japan and US vow to boost alliance capabilities to counter China. COVID, new booster target as Boris Johnson declares Omicron emergency. Tiger who ate 7 pets in local village released back into the wild. Russia leads the world in hypersonic missiles tech, Putin says. Face-to-face meeting between Biden and Putin unlikely, says Blinken. UN says to publish findings soon on abuses in Xinjiang. 1 million Amazon River turtles released at Bolivia-Brazil border in conservation effort. The Netherlands looks set to buy Rembrandt's €165 M standard bearer. 4 members of Cameroon women's handball team abscond in Spain. Satellite images, experts suggest Iranian space launch coming. Headed for disaster, Argentinians protest against IMF debt deal. Putin rues Soviet collapse as demise of historical Russia. Brazil's health ministry website hacked, vaccination information deleted. The next headlines are from Forbes. 17 and Twice are now tied for the most album certifications of all time in Korea. Why leaders must take time off, 6 tips to get away. The best new movies to stream on Netflix, HBO, Hulu, Amazon, Peacock and Disney Plus this week. Comprehensive regulatory reform from the bottom up, the case of 340B. Peloton hits back at And Just Like That with ad starring Chris Noth, voiced by Ryan Reynolds. aespa, 17, NCT 127 and NHIP collect new album certifications in Korea. Defending NCAA champion Baylor poised to become new number 1 after rout of number 6 Villanova. Advanced nuclear energy projects stumble despite White House's support. From interview to Twilight, here's how Anne Rice brought vampires mainstream. How Governor Newsom can use Texas's abortion law to restrict guns in California. The next headlines are from Nature.com. How the mixed-race mestizo myth warped science in Latin America. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,750,735,170 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Icus Mariberiac selects Ana Cristina Barron, Marisol Khalil, Ju Paulo Miranda. Korea box office, low attendance adding quota issues to cinemas mounting rows. Singapore's 108 media buying DCD Media, UK content distributor. Viaplay partners with Comcast for Nordic streamers US launch on December 15th exclusive. Succession finale, what happens to Logan, Kendall, Shiv, Roman, Tom, Jerry and more. Vicente Fernandez, beloved singer of ranchera music, dies at 81. Film, TV tax breaks resulted in $18 billion boost for UK economy according to new BFI report. Peloton revives And Just Like That character after post-workout death in new commercial. Pioneering alt comedy club Uncabaret returns to live shows, but is sticking with intimate Zooms, post-pandemic, too. Let Arcs European Film Festival kicks off with lamb screening, packed industry sidebar. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Latin Grammy winner to Cuban leaders, we're done with your lies and indoctrination. Authoritarians are using migrants as weapons, the White House frets it's on the rise. Sandra Lindsay got the first U.S. COVID jab, here's her secret to motivate others. North Korea's Kim at a critical crossroads a decade into his rule. Taliban seek ties with U.S. and other ex-foes, Afghan foreign minister says. Emergency response continues in Kentucky after deadly tornadoes in South and Midwest. Chris Wallace announces abrupt departure from Fox News to join CNN streaming service. Photos, before and after satellite images reveal the extent of tornado's destruction. Vicente Chent Fernandez, El Rey of Ranchera music, has died at 81. California's governor pledges to model an assault weapons ban on Texas abortion law. The following headlines are from the week. California shouldn't use Texas abortion law as a guide. Jeremy Dauber recommends 6 great comics collections. 5 heady facts about late Monkey singer-songwriter Michael Nesmith. North Korea, China, and U.S. have agreed in principle to end Korean War, South Korean president says. Kentucky governor says he's got towns that are gone after tornadoes, but death toll may be lower than feared. Vicente Fernandez, Mexican musical icon, is dead at 81. Bryce Young awarded Heisman Trophy in second consecutive win for Alabama. Chris Wallace announces he'll leave Fox News, join CNN+. G7 to Russia, invading Ukraine would have massive consequences. Newsom announces plan to adapt Texas abortion law to gun control. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Not just water, there could be frozen carbon dioxide on the moon too. Parker Solar Probe hurtles past the sun, making its closest approach so far. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, December 13th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Diminutive meteor shower 2021 peaks December 13th to 14th. Comet Leonard closest to Earth December 12th. 3200 Phaeton, the Geminids' mysterious parent object. Geminids 2021, 10 tips for meteor watching. Cetus the whale swims in a celestial sea. The next news is from Politico. New Caledonia will stay French, Macron welcomes vote in Pacific territory. Boris Johnson warns of Omicron tidal wave as he vows faster booster vaccinations. Hundreds of House districts are being redrawn. Here's who's winning and losing. Global Britain struggles to get U.S. attention over steel fight. G7 warns Russia of massive consequences if it attacks Ukraine. Who is he? The X-Factor relationship that could soon rule the House. The judges drawing America's political maps. Old Saint Chuck Schumer under pressure to deliver by Christmas. Dems hustle for year-end deal as child tax credit cliff looms. Kentucky tornado toll less than feared at factory. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Scott Morrison prepares for election fight on economy, vows to pursue lower taxes. Australia News Live, Queensland border reopens, Omicron COVID-19 cases expected to grow in NSW, Victoria. Cricket really is a numbers game. One small step, Moreland Council votes to scrap racist name in 2022. Jetstar flight, Brisbane shops among new exposure sites. NSW man behind bars over $11 million Queensland cannabis bust. Gender pay gap widens in NSW public sector over past decade. From convict to confit, program keeping children out of detention. England's players once again becoming victims of their introspection. Roosters, Sydney FC, Wallabies, Matildas and Socceroos in race for first match of revamped SFS. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Keywords, El Arion says Fed use of transitory to describe inflation was its worst call ever. Europe markets, Turkish lira crumbles after S&P warns over Turkey. Market snapshot, U.S. stock futures point to more Wall Street records as focus shifts to central bank meetings. Kelley Blue Book, want a faster car? Just download more horsepower. Auto Trader, where is the Cybertruck? Nerd Wallet, 8 Simple Rules to Maximize Wealth, at Any Age. Next Avenue, this is a tough time to be on a fixed income, the grim inflation outlook and what retirees can do. The moneyest, my late mother's will was signed under suspicious circumstances, my father emptied her $2 estate and now lives with his much younger wife. The days you were considered fully vaccinated with 2 shots are going to be a thing of the past. It's about A-type salespeople in the executive branch. Under the shadow of Omicron, the office party has a new, exclusive vibe. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Deputy Minister tables Copyright Amendment Bill for first reading in the One Rakyat, Malay Mail. Bomert and Bomert, World Trademark Review. Vaccine patents, Dawn.com. Health innovation for all, Jordan Times. RotoGrow is changing the world with a suite of revolutionary ag-tech products. Here's where it, Stockhead. Micron affirms its support for and empowerment of women to pursue goals and aspirations, Idaho Statesman. Major US, UK SEP moves, ZTE's big monetization play, Germany last hope for COVID IP waiver, China patent challenge survival rates up, dual ITC success, plus much more. I am. Crucial factors Nigeria must address for MSMEs to survive new AFCFTA regime, Guardian Nigeria. The next headlines are from Quartz. Toronto death toll. Amazon staff had to use bathrooms as tornado shelters. Does Omicron cause unusual symptoms? What made Friday's tornadoes in the US so deadly? African travel, Ethiopian innovators, MTN's vaccine mandate. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Funniest most insightful comments of the week at TechDirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Packers. Miss Universe 2021. Real Madrid. Real Madrid vs Atletico Madrid. Lions vs Broncos. Buffalo Bills. 49ers vs Bengals. PSG vs Monaco. Seahawks vs Texans. Chiefs. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Interview with the vampire author dies aged 80. AI to track COVID patients, media. Turkish lira plunges to new all-time low. UK reveals scale of Omicron wave. Red Bull boss makes cheeky promise to F1 driver to cause title carnage. Palestinian armed groups start gunfight at a militant's funeral, video. North Korea, US ready for peace in decades-old war that never ended. Ships collide in Baltic Sea. Facebook tech guru questions fight against misinformation. Teenager self-detonates bomb at Christian convent outside Moscow. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Real-life Grinch cave booked solid ahead of Christmas. The EU is well ahead of US in crypto support and regulation. Happiness makes a comeback in the UK. Another study finds that natural immunity protects better against infection than Pfizer vaccine. Hospitalizations, mortality cut in half after Brazilian city offered ivermectin to everyone pre-vaccine. World's most expensive ugly Christmas sweater selling for $40,000. Arrest of surveillance officer shows Denmark is Washington's lead eye into spying on other EU allies. Why the Rusi agate scandal outranks the rest. Visualizing the history of cannabis prohibition in the U.S. China's banking assets are $52 trillion, growing by $40 trillion since 2008. This is what hyper MMT looks like. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. New Caledonia pro-independence parties reject referendum result. Israeli PM Naftali Bennett meets Crown Prince on first UAE visit. How Bangladesh's poor are paying the costs of climate damage. Mixed feelings as India farmers vacate protest sites near capital. Biden declares disaster in Kentucky after deadly tornadoes. Palestinian killed by Israeli forces after West Bank arrest raid. Putin says he drove taxi after Soviet fall to make ends meet. U.S. sanction forces China's AI firm sends time to delay IPO. Saudi Arabia expects 2022 budget surplus after years of deficit. India's Harnaz Sandhu wins Miss Universe contest held in Israel. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Miss South Africa wins second runner-up at Miss Universe after defying anti-Israel BDS campaign. Exclusive Rep Lee Zeldin, good chance Joe Biden avoided Army-Navy game due to fear of let's go, Brandon Chant. Fact check, Biden claims Kentucky Tornado linked to climate change. Lightfoot, Chicago, smash and grab thieves steal $1 million in merchandise from auto gallery. Progressive Democrat blasts BDS, LGBTQ activists who defend Hamas terror group that murders LGBTQ people. Sarah Silverman dragged as racist for correcting Joy Reid. I did not criticize Joy Ann because she's black. Stop the genocide, NBA Hall of Famer joins Enes Kanter freedom and stand against oppressive China. Exclusive Purdue, Stacey Abrams wants to give illegal aliens the right to vote. Democrats would control Georgia forever. IRS record tax collection, $565,135 million in first 2 months of FY 2022. Hillary Clinton, if Trump wins in 2024, it could be the end of our democracy. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Elderly couple living in UK's darkest village lights up the sky with huge Christmas tree they planted in 1978. Finally, a fusion reaction has generated more energy than absorbed by the fuel. Scientists excited by odd fish sounds recorded in a restored coral reef, the coolest thing you'll hear all week. After raising $2.80 to make wishes come true for sick kids, the Night of a Million Lights holiday tour is back. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, December 13th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Takeaway forced to refund customer who complained their ice cream was cold. Authorities, teens charged in trespassing case were in planning stage of school shooting WJAC. Travis Scott's spiked seltzer has been discontinued. California governor says he will use legal tactics of Texas abortion ban to implement gun control. Nothing is more important than Team Trump's January PowerPoint urging a full-blown coup. Amazon driver died in bathroom sheltering from tornado with colleagues. Amazon driver dies in bathroom sheltering from tornado with colleagues. Bay Area horse molester sentenced to jail. Popeyes in Philadelphia bans homeless from restaurant. 2 artists have been charged with faking Native American heritage. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Slaughter-bits are a step away from your neighborhood, and we need a ban. Founder to Founder, a guide to scaling a startup. We invited an AI to debate its own ethics in the Oxford Union. What it said was startling. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Vaccines and previous infection could offer some stronger than basic protection to Omicron, early study suggests. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, December 13th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utah's political class wants to keep us frozen in the energy past, George Pyle writes. New technology from Silicon Slopes allows you to skip the physical therapist's office. Real Housewives of SLC recap. Jen says her son, 15, was held at gunpoint by police. Amber Alert cancelled after 4 missing South Jordan girls found safe in California. Salt Lake City police search for gunman after man is shot to death at gas station. 1 person dead after shooting in Salt Lake City. Reservations soon required to visit Utah's Arches National Park. Solar farm set to provide 80% of energy used by City of Salt Lake. Ski bus and on-demand West Side service fired up for Utah's Change Day. Lone Peak football player flips commitment to Bayou. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Matrix stars discuss free Matrix Awakens demo showing off Epic's Unreal Engine 5. Will political polarization stop U.S. lawmakers from regulating big tech? An experimental target recognition AI mistakenly thought it was succeeding 90% of the time. Some fans react negatively to Disney's promos for Star Wars-themed hotel. Google finally killed its Internet Explorer plugin, Google Toolbar. Has the corporate climate migration begun? Companies finally admit they don't know when they're returning to offices. FAA, no more astronaut wings for future commercial space tourists. Ask Slashdot, what do you remember about Windows ME? Scientists discover how the SARS-CoV-2 virus evades our immune system. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Man in custody after police chase ends in Berkeley, Missouri. Man shot and killed in Ferguson, multiple police units respond. COVID taking a turn for the worse in hard-hit minorities communities. As cleanup continues, Missouri officials assessing damage from Friday's tornadoes. Officer kills shooting suspect in Jennings. 6 victims in Amazon warehouse collapse identified. Crumbling St. Louis Cathedral may get a new life as a skate park and arts center. A Missouri man killed his wife in 2011 and helped write the incriminating book. I've been blessed. Some in Edwardsville recall a close call with a tornado. A tragic day in Illinois. Edwardsville Amazon rescue operation changes to recovery. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Parade of lights illuminate San Diego Bay for 50th year. Moroccan students stranded for holidays due to COVID travel restrictions. Damaging winds, significant rain forecast on Tuesday. Pedestrian hit, killed by driver on I-5 freeway. Man killed in Spring Valley shooting identified. Adopt a soldier or military family this holiday season. Man found injured near train tracks in assault. Warming fire burns out of control, damages former Wiener Schnitzel building. Fire damages commercial building in North Park. Cruise ship returns to SoCal, crews call off search for woman who fell overboard. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. General Dynamics gets new contract to produce iconic Abrams tanks. Romania to buy 32 more F-16s for $514 million. Japanese Navy launches newest frigate. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, December 13, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. San Mateo County prepares for heavy rain. Sheriff, 1 dead, 13 injured in shooting at vigil in Texas. Once division leader, Raiders stumble to historic loss in KC. Miss Universe is India's Harna Sandhu, 70th winner. Caltrans closing HWI-1 in Monterey County over storm concerns. Storm concerns for Santa Rosa residents after past flash flood, evacuations. Bay Area winter storm brings heavy rain, strong winds. Will new California law make bacon more expensive? Garoppolo throws 12-yard TD as 49ers beat Bengals in OT. Stephen Curry will play in Indiana against Pacers. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Long queues form as UK starts booster blitz against Omicron. Russian teenager detonates bomb in Orthodox school. Australia and South Korea sign defense deal as leaders meet. Brady sets completions record, throws 700th TD in OT win. McHenry County man charged with attempted murder. Bears shock Packers in first half, embarrass themselves in second. Grit and glory on final day of cyclocross at Cantigny. Bad news continues for Bulls as Lavigne, Brown enter protocols. Police investigating death near Arlington Park train station. What you need to know about rapid at-home COVID-19 tests. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 156.88 km, in Philippines December 13, 2021, 9:12 UTC, 11,960,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 180.1 km, in Mexico December 13, 2021, 7:03 UTC, 4,870,000 people within 100 kilometers. Orange alert for tropical cyclone 2821, population affected by category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 7.402 million. Green alert for tropical cyclone Ruby 21, population affected by category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 11,072. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Italy. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Cameroon, Nigeria. Drought is ongoing in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, December 13th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. A cool start to Monday, but temps will be heating up this week. Best meteor shower of the year, Geminids peak tonight, boasting 100-150 shooting stars. Kentucky Candle Factory spokesman says 8 workers dead, 8 missing from tornado. Suspect on the run after 1 dead, 13 injured in drive-by shooting at vigil in Baytown, deputies say. Travis Scott no longer performing at Coachella after Astroworld tragedy. Megan Thee Stallion dedicates 18th Congressional District Humanitarian Award to her late grandmother. Suspects arrested in shooting that killed Harris Company .4 deputy constable, hurt 2 other deputies. 1 man killed, 1 shot after suspected demands money near Gulfgate. Woman still missing as Coast Guard ends search after she went overboard while on cruise ship. Vicente Fernandez news, legendary Mexican singer dies at 81. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. New German government to revamp incentives for electric cars. Biden aims to cut bureaucratic runaround for govt services. Ex-Alibaba employee warns going public causes victims hurt. EU ministers debate ways to shield Ukraine from Russia. 2 missing after reported collision off southern Sweden. Hong Kong tycoon given 13 months jail for Tiananmen vigil. In UAE, Israeli Premier Bennett meets Abu Dhabi Crown Prince. Blinken competes with top Russian official in Indonesia. Global markets higher ahead of Fed meeting on stimulus. Death toll rises to 7 in Sicily gas leak blast, 2 missing. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Succession Power Rankings, all the bells say. Grubhub Best of 2021, 10 Great NYC Taco Spots. Grading de Blasio, assessing the mayor's pledge to improve democracy. Photos, SantaCon once again brings its sloppy holiday revelry to Manhattan. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Extremists harm image of Islam and Pakistan. When the glass house by the East River exploded in laughter. More than $500 million pushed into extreme poverty due to health costs. First person, cultivating Haiti's future. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Shocking FOIA request details rampant child sex crimes by Central Intelligence Agency agents and no one is going to jail. RFK Jr.'s heroic resistance to the CIA's continuing COVID coup d'etat meditation. EU wants more speech control laws to tackle online misogyny and more. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange suffers stroke in jail. 4 states calling in National Guard to alleviate healthcare staffing crisis. U.S. formally ends combat mission in Iraq, but no troops are leaving. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Italian dentist tried to circumvent vaccine mandate with fake arm. Anne Rice, author of Gothic novels, dead at 80. Snopes tips, honing your search skills. Did Karl Rove say we're an empire now? We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Ransomware or revenge, former employee charged with extortion. 3 women were brutally murdered at Starved Rock. Did they get the wrong man? The enticing energy fix that could make us carbon neutral. The former intensive care unit nurse revolutionizing the sex work industry. Mandatory vax to fly remains a jet bridge too far for Biden White House. We know Republicans hate Muslims. Do Democrats care? Pistachio palm trees are Santa's new favorite cookie. Succession's Brian Cox reveals how he really feels about Jeremy Strong and why Shiv could win. Succession Season 3 finale shocker, Tom Wompkins gets the last laugh. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Colorado governor declares COVID-19 emergency over despite Omicron. Assault suspect hurls anti-Asian statement at woman in NYC subway station. North Carolina murder-suicide at private tennis club leaves couple dead. Hit-and-run driver charged with DUI after critically injuring man on horseback. MTA cleaner assaulted with own dustpan during feud at NYC subway station. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Deadly tornadoes sweep through 6 states. The revolutionary James Webb Space Telescope. The James Webb Space Telescope, looking back towards the beginning of time. Michael Strahan, Alan Shepard's daughter and 4 others blast off in Blue Origin rocket. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Watch Chinese spacecraft land on the moon in stunning video. China's UTC rover spots cube-shaped mystery hut on far side of the moon. Pilot captures footage of suspected UFOs over Pacific Ocean. Update. Former Apollo astronaut claimed ancient alien astronauts created humans, evidence in Sumerian texts. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Police seek inmate rescued from tornado-leveled candle factory who appears to be on the lam. Cruise ship returns to Los Angeles as crews search for woman who fell overboard off Ensenada, Mexico. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa being treated for mild symptoms of coronavirus. NYC Mayor-elect Eric Adams wants NYPD to resume beat cop patrols on city streets. 4 Hispanic NYC council members endorse Francisco Moya for speaker. 6 Amazon workers killed after tornado collapses Illinois warehouse. Kentucky suffered deadliest tornado event in state's history. I've got towns that are gone, governor says. Senators sound off on Biden's social spending proposals. Zephyr Teachout exits race for New York Attorney General. Russia faces very severe consequences if it invades Ukraine, Blinken. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. With fentanyl linked to most opioid deaths in Chicago, city now passing out free test strips, a whole different ball game out here now with fentanyl. Chicago to offer $2.9 million settlement to Anjanette Young for errant raid at her home, sources say. 2 men dead after fiery single-vehicle crash off DeSable Lakeshore Drive Sunday. Search for tornado survivors continues at Amazon facility in downstate Edwardsville, 6 reported dead. Corrections and clarifications. Off-duty cop doing security at Proviso West High School accused of attacking honors student in front of class, prosecutor says. Anne Rice, author of Interview with a Vampire, dies at age 80. No bail for Chicago police officer charged in fatal shooting of 29-year-old girlfriend in Galewood neighborhood. More than 100 members and supporters of CTA unions briefly block Michigan Avenue to protest attacks against operators. Chicago Bulls down to 9 available players after Zach LaVine and Troy Brown Jr. enter COVID-19 protocol, bringing the team total to 9 out in the last 2 weeks. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Solar parks could boost bumblebee numbers in a win-win for nature. The sky's the limit, using airborne DNA to monitor insect biodiversity. Indigenous communities hold a huge and unique source of ecological knowledge. Spanish island volcano eruption hits local record of 85 days. Severe weather new normal, U.S. emergency chief warns after tornadoes. Race to rescue survivors as U.S. tornadoes kill at least 94. Tornadoes, devastating but still not well understood. Gas field tremor terror haunts Dutch villages. Strawhorn flies to space with astronaut's daughter, wow. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, December 13th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Nobel Prize snubs, 5 people who deserve recognition. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Ex-Alibaba employee warns going public causes victims hurt. China's Xi, Russia's Putin to hold virtual summit Wednesday. Hungary's media, health experts seek more COVID-19 data. On road to 5th Olympics, White finds the risk is worth it. Rockets hoping to grow after following skid with streak. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Horoscopes December 13th, 2021, Jamie Foxx, your goal is peace of mind. Bridge, December 13th, 2021. Apps that exercise your brain and keep you sharp. Word Game, December 13th, 2021. Ask Amy, should I confess I revealed a secret to my family? Harriet Cole, it would be a free trip but I'm afraid of that airline. Ravens rookie W.R. Rashad Bateman notches first 100-yard performance in breakout game versus Browns. 5 things we learned from the Ravens' 24-22 loss to the Cleveland Browns. Miss Manners, was I wrong in how I dealt with the aisle blocker? 12 gifts to wow the fitness lover in your life. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Bob Dole a giver, not a taker. Kentucky candle factory revised death toll, more than 90 workers located. Planning questions emerge at tornado destroyed candle plant. Inside the Beltway, the Chris Wallace press tour. The crisis that didn't happen, how Dems got it wrong about ending the COVID-19 eviction ban. Toronto survivor, not knowing is worse than knowing. Fauci says yearly COVID boosters not out of the question. Democrat, GOP lawmakers seek favor with Manchin over social welfare bill. NBC Sports News crew robbed at gunpoint in Oakland. USMCA neighbors Canada, Mexico cry foul over Biden's electric car subsidies. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Portland journalists sue Anti-No for using their videos on Twitter without permission. Don't Look Up is as funny and terrifying about global warming as Dr. Strangelove was about nuclear war. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, December 13th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Hallis Intrigue Episode 202, Pack It In. Man found fatally shot near gangway of residence in South Shore. Horoscope for Monday, December 13th, 2021. Bears QB Justin Fields ribs fine, but he injures non-throwing hand in loss to Packers. Bears rookie Tevin Jenkins struggles in first look at left tackle. 3 takeaways from Bears 45-30 loss to Packers. WR Davante Adams owns them, too. Aaron Rodgers still has the Bears in his grasp. A fun game, but, yes, Aaron Rodgers still owns Bears. Bears, Matt Nagy prove explosive second quarter to be a mere false start. QB Justin Fields' progress matters more to Bears than 45-30 loss to Packers. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Kareena Kapoor Khan, Amrita Arora test positive for COVID. WhatsApp's new feature will keep some info private. Amazon Prime membership set to cost more from tomorrow. A-Series versus India can set the ball rolling in right direction. Nagaland killings, victims' kin refuse to take government compensation. Sushmita Sen is super proud of Miss Universe 2021 Harnaz Sandhu. CBSE drops passage from Class 10 English exam. Badshah to perform at Vicky's cocktail tonight, exclusive. PM inaugurates Kashi Vishwanath Dam, key points. Quick edit, Saudi's journey holds a lesson for the world. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, December 13th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Seattle Seahawks shut down Houston Texans, 33-13. Upcoming food and drink events in Houston this week. Things to do, Hayes Carl at the Heights Theater. Review, Jeremy Renner in Waukegan, mayor of Kingstown. The next headlines are about world records making news. Video, the gays break Christmas light display world record, kiss951.com. As 2021 draws to close, a look at top 5 unusual Guinness World Records created, News 18. Formula 1, Lewis Hamilton misses out on record 8th world title after late drama at Abu Dhabi Grand Prix sees Max Verstappen become champion for first time, Sky News. Eliud Kipchoge, what milestones are left for Marathon King, BBC News. Speed skater Brittany Bowe charges way to 1,500-meter gold at World Cup stop, teamusa.org. Athletics, seeing's not believing as shoe tech rips up the record books, Reuters. Drive-in concert sets new Guinness World Record, The News International. Supersized nativity sets a new world record, The Times. Weightlifting sensation as Nazar smashes Lou Zayagin senior world record, Insadetha Games. Peace. Teen solo pilot gets an assist from KLM during around-the-world flight, NL Times. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. And just like that, Peloton is trying to rewrite that scene in the Sex and the City sequel. Warehouse collapse in Edwardsville is making workers question Amazon's purported phone ban at work. Missouri ditches COVID-19 measures after court ruling, cease and desist from Attorney General. Sorry crypto stans, the tweet about India adopting Bitcoin as legal tender is fake. Halo Infinite cannot decide if it's a breakup game or a dead game. Desperate for workers, MGM Resorts is trying a new hiring tactic, VR. My Hero Academia would like to remind you that Deku and friendship is magic. Grant Morrison's as sick of tyrant Superman as you are. Gothic horror writer Anne Rice dies at 80. Update now to fix a bug that prevents Android users with Microsoft Teams from calling 911. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Telfar in Australia at 110.12 degrees Fahrenheit or 43.4 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Delayankir in Russia at minus 63.76 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 53.2 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. The Log4 Shell 0 day 4 days on. What is it and how bad is it really? Take one last look at Google Toolbar, which is now dead. To see proteins change in a quadrillionth of a second, use AI. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Russia preparing for all-out war in Ukraine, says Lithuania. Every constitutional right is now at risk, legal experts warn Supreme Court action on Texas law could lead to copycats. Utah's safety net is so intertwined with the Mormon Church that individual bishops often decide who receives assistance. Dark money group with ties to Ohio Republican named in subpoena in bribery lawsuit. Without Chris Wallace, Fox News has officially become the Tucker propaganda network. Columnist. Congressional officials read Mark Meadows' new book, and they have questions about what he revealed. Report. The list of people who called or texted Mark Meadows about Trump on January 6. January 6 committee releases 52-page report making the case why Mark Meadows should be held in criminal contempt. Post reporter explains why Trump has no chance to ever win any of his January 6 cases. Outgoing Devin Nunes ridiculed by cartoon over Sue crazy attacks on imaginary cow and his choice of lawyer. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. It's not over and they have to fix what they did. An Afghan refugee demands the U.S. not forget her family. The Amazon warehouse in the backyard. Customs and border agents spied on journalists, the latest sign they are out of control. 800,000 people in the United States have died of COVID-19. Texans can sue abortion providers, Californians will sue gun makers, governor says. Britain tells its big game hunters to piss off. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Digital addiction and ADHD, a toxic combination, the Good Men Project. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, December 13, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Pentagon UFO rapid response teams ordered up by Congress. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, December 13, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.